let's jump in and have a look at the April Tackle Club Quarantine COD box. So first of all, in this box we've included the Fish Arrow Vivid Cruise 150. Now this is a big paddle tail swim bait with a hook already rigged up on this one. So this one is ready to go straight out of the box to just cast and retrieve. So these do weigh 1 ounce. They're not overly heavy to cast on most rods. A lot of rods should be able to handle the 30 grams that this thing weighs. So we'll go sort of in the top, very top bit of the water column. And with that big paddle tail, we'll create quite a commotion in the water. But essentially, because it's gone so far to the top, you want to fish over top of structure, early morning, late afternoon, the sort of times you'd throw some top water lures, or anywhere where you've got some submerged structure, and you want to be able to swim a lure straight over top of that without having to worry about snagging up. Now, a similar approach is the Oz Spin Lures Cod Botherer. Now this one here is a chatterbait. So you fish it very similar to a spinnerbait, but these things create a huge thump in the water. You're going to essentially just cast it out, let it sink down, slow roll back. I like to add in a lot of pauses to let these things sink back down to the bottom. So then you're fishing the deeper part of the water or the deeper side of some snags or laydowns. Now these come pre-rigged with a plastic already on them, which is a great option for cod lures, essentially making the meal look a little bit bigger. So I'd probably find a laydown or a log that is in the water and try work this perpendicular, like along the side of the log, because a lot of the time the cod are going to be sitting underneath that log and you want to stay in that strike zone as long as you can. And with the slow wind, adding in a few pauses, this thing is sure to get chomped. Now if you're running out of leader, we do like to include a bit of leader in your box. So we have included the 50 pound in the YGK fluorocarbon this month. So while you're on your couch at home, start practicing your knots. We obviously recommend something like the FG knot. FG knot is a great knot, just strong all round. Now 50 pound, because if you do manage to get out, the months are cooling down, or when you do get out after this quarantine, the cod tend to feed less, but tend to feed on a bigger meal. Essentially, they're looking for bigger meals. So now's the time to start throwing bigger lures like your Vivid Cruise, etc. Up next is the Arashi Flat 7 by Storm Lures. These things have an awesome loud knocking rattle in them. These things also dive down very quickly. So these things are made with a self-tuning line clip on the front, so you don't need to worry about these not swimming straight. They will swim straight pretty much all the time. With a circuit board lip on the front, they get diving quickly and get down to their depth very fast. These are a great option just for casting if you've got some rocky outcrops or something on the edge of the river, on the edge of a dam. These will just bump straight over top of a lot of those rocks. So an awesome option for something like that. Casting in amongst snags. The big bib on the front helps it not snag up as much, but rather just bump over top of those snags. Also, where cod live, often you find yellow belly. So the yellow belly will also hit these too. So it's a great downsize option if you're having a hard day on the water, but also a great option just for having a bit of a flick for lighter gear, trying to find some smaller fish around. Inside your cod box this month, you will find this pretty little envelope. So this is actually from the Team Raptor spinnerbaits. These things are sweet. So pre-rigged with a big plastic on the back. Like I was saying earlier with the chatterbait, a lot of people chuck a big plastic on it to make it look like a bigger meal for the cod. Like what we said, winter time, cod will start to eat less. Their metabolism will slow down. They will eat less meals, but they will be eating bigger meals. A great time to throw on your Team Raptor spinnerbait that was in this month's box. These things have a great weight to them. This one is a single hook version with a big curl tail grub on the back and a double Colorado blade setup. So these things will create a lot of flash and vibration, be fairly snag resistant, and they're also made of a very strong, very durable main wire. So you can be casting these in pretty thick structure and making sure you're going to be pulling out those fish. But that's it for the April quarantine cod box. A lot of good lures in there. If you do have any further questions on how you want to run these closer to your area, leave a comment in the section below and we'll get back to you with that one. But if you want to check out this box or any of the other boxes in the range, just head to www.tackleclub.com.au, find a box that suits you, and then welcome to the club.